Good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to come to you and film a video. My children are getting ready to embark upon some journeys for the summer. The first thing they're going to be doing is they're going to be visiting with their father, and they'll be with him for a couple of days, and then they're going on a trip to New York to see the sights with some of their family. And I traditionally get them prepared to go on trips by packing them, doing all the generic things. But a few years ago, I put together a home family management binder that they would need because my children have, different illnesses or whatever, or different medications that they took at home, and I wanted to be mindful and make sure that everybody that was going to be in contact with my children knew the things that they were doing at home, and so that they would be able to continue to facilitate their regular care, so there wouldn't be any lapses in how they were done at home and then what they were doing when they were off visiting with some family. So one of the things that my ex-husband and I try to do is have a good co-parenting relationship. And so I feel and have felt that since he lives far away from us and he doesn't see the children on as regular a basis as I do, it would be good to put together a binder for him. Not that he doesn't know what to do as a father, but they need different medications and different things like that. So I wanted him to be aware, and so that we didn't have to have constant phone communication, I put it together in a just an easy readable form that he could pick up and administer whatever needed to be administered. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm not sure how many other people are in situations like mine where you're trying to co-parent, and just to keep those open lines of communication open without actually having to talk to one another. We put together this. I've sent it with them on several trips, and it's worked out pretty well. He's not had any questions. The kids are old enough now that they can actually do all that they need to do, but this just kind of keeps him in the loop. And then after they are with their dad for a couple of days, they'll be with some family, and because they don't see that family regularly either, this gives them a heads up as to what the children may need or may not need. So if this helps you, I'm excited about that. If it doesn't help, I'm sorry about that, but maybe you could pass it along to somebody that might need it. It's very quick. It doesn't take a long time to go through, but I do want to show you what I do. So this is, and I haven't put this in the binder yet, so just bear with me on that. It's just a couple pieces. So this is called the Family Management Binder. This is for 2016. Let me see if you can see that. So Family Management Binder 2016, it just says Care Instruction Manual. So that is the cover page, and let me just say, I did everything in Microsoft Word. I just simply typed up a document. I didn't find a template for this. I added on a cover sheet, which you can do in Microsoft Word, and it worked out very simply. I had a little bit of time to kind of put some thought into it, and then I was able to just type it up really quickly, and he has access to use it. All right, and if I've also saved these files in my family file folder on my flash drive, just in case this doesn't make it back to our house, I still have this for any future trips the kids may take with family or their dad or whatever. So here is the first sheet, and the first two sheets in this binder, it just says Care Instructions for Jackson and Alana, and this is common to all the children. Everything on this particular sheet is common to all of my children. So everybody in the family has this particular commonality. So the very first thing that I put on here is their Bible study. That's what they do every morning when they wake up, brush their teeth, get themselves some water, whatever. Bible study is a staple in our household. Now, I can't determine what he does in his household because that is his household. But what I can do is put on paper, and I have verbally spoken to him about this, and he makes that determination. This keeps them on a regular routine, but again, he makes that determination about what happens in his household. So I don't try to control that, but I do give him a play-by-play of what we do. And then they have their lunch, how they do their baths, what I allow as far as computer time. And for our household, computer time is that is a monitored time. The kids are not allowed to have computer time outside of my viewing. There's so much happening in the world today, good, bad, and different, depending on your household. And I want to make sure that I'm there to make sure that my kids are well monitored. So where I am now, I'm actually in a different space than what I normally would film in. I am in my computer cabinet, and this is serving as my home office. So this is where the computer would be if the kids were going to have computer time. The other thing is, just because he may not know their interactions together, if they start to get a little bit rambunctious, or they start fighting or arguing with one another, they need to go to bed. They need a nap, or they need to go to bed. That's just it. Bedtime, I specify here, and my kids have a set bedtime all the time. Medications, they also have a summer chore chart that I send with them, so that he'll know what chores they're expected to do. And they're expected to do chores here, and they're expected to do chores at his house as well. And then just some expectations about their sleeping arrangements. They can sleep together. They're still young enough to sleep in the same room. They may take comfort in being in the same room because they are away from home and they're normal. It talks about their hair care. As African Americans, we have specific ways of taking care of our hair, and so that it just gives him some thoughts on hair care. And then if they want to call mom, then they are allowed to call, and that's something we have agreed to. That's our verbal agreement, that they are never kept from one parent or the other. So the first 2 pages in this home management binder are just things that are common to both of the children. The next thing is, the next 2 pages are specific per child. So I'm going to see if I can get this close enough for you. And this just tells him, for this particular child, this is my youngest child actually, and then what his medications are and how to administer those medications, when he needs them, and what each one is specifically for. So I have a sheet for both of my children, and depending on, and the baby son, he has a few more medications than my older daughter, just because he's asthmatic. So because he is asthmatic, I have to make sure that he knows how to administer his medication. He does have a breathing machine that he uses, and even as a 7-year-old, he knows how to use it. He's had the machine since he was born. So all of the children know how to administer his medication. They also know how to administer chest physical therapy if he happens to need that. They are also versed in dialing 911, just in case he has an episode that he can't recover from. The next thing, and I'm not going to show you this page particular, but this is, well, I will show you just the top of it so you can kind of see what it says. This is the emergency contact and medical information form for each child. And what I have on here is, I have their name, their birth date, both my name and his name are there. Our addresses, and then I have our emergency contact people, what is their regular doctor, hospital, and their regular pediatrician's number. I have their medical insurance information on here, and then each surgery or medication or anything that the children have had done to them surgically or in the hospital, and dates as best as I can remember. Then it also has a signature down here where I give permission for him to have medical treatment administered, because their health insurance is in my name and not his name, and so there are no lapses in their treatment trying to figure out, is it okay to treat them, is it not okay to treat them. And I have a document for each of my children specifically. And the next to the last thing that I have in this particular notebook is, I have a where to find mom, if for some specific reason he can't find me here at home, how can he reach me? If I have to be out of town for something, this is where I'm staying, this is the hotel, this is the room I'm in, this is the hotel information, street name, number, phone number, or here are some people I would potentially be with if I'm on a work trip. Here's a director that I'm working for, or here's a co-worker that I'm working with, and their emails or their specific contact information, just in case he can't get with me, and then they will let me know. Then also it has any medical information on here in case he needs to call for their doctor, and their doctor is very good. She will answer any phone calls any day of the year. She will respond. And the last thing is their summer chores, that their summer holiday rules, and what they have to do when they first wake up. They have to make their beds, tidy their rooms, get dressed, brush their teeth, brush their hair, and then some of the other things that they are required to do, like their Bible study, 30 minutes of leisure reading. They have to go outside. They have to ask someone else if they can help, and just some things before they actually go technological on us. So anyway, these were just a few things that I put together when my kids are going on a trip where they will not be with mom, and I thought it would be helpful to someone. I hope it is. If you can use this idea or like this idea, give us a thumbs up. Actually, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, we would enjoy you subscribing. We do upload videos on families, homes, single parenting, kids, fashion, just about anything that has to do with the home, cooking. And we thank you for stopping by our channel. We want you to be blessed, and we'll see you next time.